So as a continuation from the video earlier on seasoning the wok, we're prepared to start working on making fried rice. With that, we're going to start with firing up the egg. Again, using the egg niter, which is Big Green Eggs branded loaf lighter. One of the things I'm going to do a little bit differently this time is I'm going to do a couple of smaller hot spots. And doing this, what I'm hoping is that as the coal catches fire, it'll spread out a little more even. When I was doing the seasoning, I noticed I had a hot spot towards the rear of the wok, and I'm trying to avoid that this time. Again, half of this is always experimenting and trying new things. When you see a problem, try something different to solve it. So I'm going to start with going up front, and then I'm going to go towards the back. Moving a couple of pieces of charcoal around. We're already getting sparks on the front part. So I'm going to spread this a bit before I move to the next hot spot. And now I'm going to move back here and do the same thing. No sparks, but we are already seeing fire back here. And I'm going to go ahead and do one more over here. Alright, now I'm going to unplug the egg niter and get it over here on a safe surface. Open up my bottom damper and close the egg. So again, part of what I'm doing that's a little bit different this time is I'm bringing it up to temp without the egg or without the wok in it. Once I hit about 200 degrees, I'll have everything out here, and we will put the wok in, let it come up to temperature, and go from there. Okay, the egg's up to temp. So what I'm going to start with now is I'm going to go ahead and open it up. We've got a pretty good even coal bed this time, which my method did work like I had hoped it would. This will help prevent any hot spots. To give you an idea, you can see this darker area here. That was the hot spot. So I'm trying to have it more uniform and even. So at this point, I will get the wok in, give it a couple of minutes, and once it's up to temperature, I'll do a quick test in a little bit to make sure we're at temp, and then we'll start with putting the chicken in. To go over my ingredients, I used chicken tenders, chicken breast tenders. I cubed them up, and I used a little bit of soy sauce, peanut oil, and cornstarch for them. So I'll start with doing them in the wok. Once they're done, I'll pull them out, and then I'll fry up the egg, pull the egg out, and after that I will move to the rice with some soy sauce and some peanut oil, and then I'll put the vegetables, the cooked chicken, and the cooked egg back into it. And because it's a wok, everything's going to go pretty quick at that point. So it may not be a lot of talking, but we'll definitely see a lot of activity. So did a water check, got some sizzle on it, so we're about ready there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with taking one of my pre-measured things of oil. I'm going to mix it around the outer edge here. So unlike the last one, you did not immediately get a steam off on it. So then I'm going to take my chicken and scrape it in. There we go. Set this off to the side. Probably could have let it get a little bit hotter, I think, but it is going. So I'll be looking for kind of a golden brownish color on the skin to kind of know I'm done. Definitely want to make sure I don't see any pink. So I'll be using this bowl to collect the chicken once it's done cooking. Wanted to add a little bit more soy sauce. Alright, at this point it looks like we're about done with the chicken. I'll work on getting this out of here. And there we go. Okay, so now that the chicken's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything going for the egg. And start with adding some more oil. And now I'm going to pour in my egg. And add a little bit of soy sauce to it. Start getting the egg cooked. I want a good fluffy egg, dry. Again, think scrambled eggs. That's effectively what we're making here. And we've got them pretty dry. So what I'm going to do is I'll move the chicken over here. Grab me another bowl. My egg out. And there we go. So my next phase is going to be moving on to the rice, which, like I said, I pre-cooked earlier. Getting a little bit of higher flames than I'd like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dampen it down here a bit. And I'm going to start with adding some oil and go with adding the rice. Next, I'm going to add a little soy sauce. Start turning this. Got to break up the clumps a bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and move in my vegetables. For my vegetables, I use frozen carrots and peas. I think I need to add a little more soy sauce. Color's not quite there yet. I'll add that here in a second. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mix in the chicken. New wok, so it's not quite to the non-stick properties of a well-seasoned, well-used wok, but we'll get there. Now I'm going to mix in the egg. And with that, I think we are about done. So what I'm going to want to do is move a few things around here and get this out. Close up the egg and keep it from sticking a little bit here. Homemade chicken fried rice, courtesy of Corellian BBQ.